Okay guys, this video is entitled God is the eternal help that cancels all problems that exist in time. God is the eternal help. You know, there is a scripture that says, for God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in the time of trouble. Now we have to understand that God Almighty, the God of the universe, He doesn't exist in time. We exist in time. We are on this planet. Some of us born 1970, 1980, whatever, 1950s and whatever. But we all have an expiration date, but God has no expiration date. He has no beginning and he has no ending. So the laws of time don't affect him. Nothing happens by surprise and nothing ruffles his feathers where he isn't even not knowledgeable of it. You know, he has knowledge of everything. So the problems that you're facing, whatever you're going through, know that the God of the universe, the eternal God who sits in eternity, he looks at time and he has a solution to help you in time. And guess what? He is an on-time God because he doesn't do things when we want him to do it. He knows exactly what he's doing, and we can rest assured of that. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's able to help you in your present circumstance. No matter how you feeling, what bill you have to pay, whatever. Or you might have sickness in your body, relationship, suicidal thoughts, whatever. God is not, he's cognizant of everything that you're going through. And what's so amazing about God, and this had me baffled the other day when I was praying to God the other day, right? I said, God, Father, I'm speaking to you in English, right? I said, there is somebody out there speaking to you right now in Spanish. You understand that someone is crying, some single mother in Bangladesh is crying out to you right now in their language. Some father is crying out to you in a prison cell in Uruguay, a place called Uruguay. No matter what language, you could be in China speaking Chinese and you cry out to him, he will help you because he understands Chinese. There is nothing that he doesn't know. This always baffles my mind because I can't interpret Chinese. So I know that I'm not. First of all, I know I ain't God by no stretch of the imagination. So the higher power, the Father above, who we call the man upstairs, he has all of the solutions because he knows everything. There's nothing that he doesn't know. You could consult him, you know. You could consult him and he would be your helper. He is your helper. He is your helper. He is your helper. Trust me. For we are his children. Your least concerns are of utmost importance to him. The sadness in your mind and worries in your eye are one and the same, causing him not to smile. He is so loving. He is so compassionate, for he is your helper. He will forever be your helper. He's the eternal help that cancels all problems that exist in time. His elongated arms are not short, for they are able to reach anywhere where trouble will find you. He will be your refuge and strength, and trust me, he will always be a present help in the time of trouble. I've proven God. I've proven God. I've proven God. So I ain't just talking on my head. I know what he's capable of. I know what he's capable of. And he helps in so many ways, shape, and form. You may be down and out. He's the lifter of your head. He is the one, when you feeling down, he will allow something good to happen to you that will cause you to, let's say you feel inside in your head, you know, when people are sad, they be like, he does this. He lifts because he gives you something to smile about. He will allow a circumstance to work out so that it will bring joy to your soul. God is very compassionate, you know. And he is someone who really cares about you. You know what I mean? And he's in the position to help you. He's not like man who will tell you, boy, I can help you. Or 12 o'clock I come in. You used to be like, hey, I got a problem. They would say, I come around 12 o'clock to help you. 12 o'clock come, they ain't showing up. 1 o'clock come, they ain't showing up. They ain't even calling. Not God. God will help you, wait. He will not turn his back. I'm telling you, he will never turn his back on you. He's the eternal help that cancels all problems that exist in time. You know much things God help you with and you ain't even know he help you with? You know? You can imagine. You get up, right? You are going to work. Right? Watch this. You're going to work. You exit the door of your house, right? And then you go, oh shoots, I forgot my book or whatever. I forgot my keys or whatever. And within that split second, that's how off the chain God is. Within that split second, he help you. You don't even know he help you. Because if you had left your house about 30 seconds earlier, you may have gotten in an accident. So what he did, he allowed your keys. Boy, listen, God's so off the chain. He bad like that, you know. I telling you, he will stifle you to preserve you. You know many times we be rushing? Why is it taking so long? Why? You on the grocery store line. I've heard persons arguing. Man, you don't cash up. Man, y'all need to hurry up, man. I got places to go. God may be delaying you because he's a helper. See, God is a helper, you know. We're not in the position to help ourselves, you know. We think we can. But God, he will allow, let me tell you this is how God works. He would allow the cashier to take a time or not to be present at the time just to stall you from whatever disaster is out there. Because God could be saving you. I'm telling you, God, he is a helper, you know. He's a helper, you know. He will help you out of trouble. He will see you out of trouble. Because he's a very present help in times of trouble. Sometimes I remember breaking down in the middle of the road. I ain't know nobody. All right, I'll give you an example. Real life. I went to America years ago, me and my wife, right? We didn't have access to we needed to go somewhere, man. All I know, we needed to go somewhere. We didn't know nobody to get there. We didn't know about the taxi and all that. We didn't know nothing but that. Everything was out of reach. The time was already late, and all I know, we didn't have access to what we needed to get where we needed to go, right? It just so happened, babe. Because we didn't have no means of getting anywhere. Everything was like closed or whatever. And we had arrived, and I said, Lord, how we can get from around here? My wife Vanessa looking at me, said, boy, baby, what we can do? Me and I standing right there waiting. All of a sudden, my schoolmate, who I went to high school with, Tennille, she came right. She was right in the vicinity. How does that happen? She came. She looked at me. She said, and then she have an American slang now. She said, Willard, what are you doing here, man? I said, what's going on? What are you doing here? I said, oh, Tennille, it's my wife, blah, blah, blah. I said, boy, Tennille, boy, we in a little jam, such and such. She said, man, Willard, don't worry, man. I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to carry you. You and you, I mean, you be good people, man. I remember you from school, blah, blah, blah. And she was able to assist us to where we needed to go so we could get a car to rent or whatever have you. But I'm saying we had no way of getting from where we was getting from. We had no ways of getting from there. And my schoolmate who lives in America. Wait, what are the odds then? See, you have to look at it that way. What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds? What are the odds of her, my schoolmate, not my wife's schoolmate, my schoolmate, showing up at that time in that area in such a large city like America, like Florida? You know how much people live in Florida? What are the odds of my schoolmate? This is what I'm saying. God has ways of helping you, babe, that will blow your mind. Because he's the eternal help that cancels all problems that exist in time. You understand what I'm saying? I remember one night, I was in New Jersey, and it was late in the night, and I had lost my way. And I had no means of getting back to my hotel. I went far from my hotel, and I literally lost my way. I lost my way, guys. Didn't know where I was, how I was going to get there. I didn't know. So all I know, this was about 11 at night, I started jogging. I was like, Lord, I need to try to just run back to where I believe my hotel is. And all of a sudden, this police car pulls up. All right? They then say, what are you doing? So they would start to search me down, and I tried to tell them who I was, and of course, I said, man, look, I'm from the Bahamas. I ain't from here. I just don't know how to get back to my hotel. But I told them where the hotel was, because I knew where it was in terms of the place, the name, and the street area, but I didn't know how to get back there. The cop put me in the back seat of the patrol car, right? And he escorted me back to the police, not the police station. No, it was no police station. He escorted me to my hotel. What are the odds of the police doing that, babe? What are the odds of me being able to, because my flight was the next day, early too, in the morning. If I had to get stranded and lost, right, and not being able to get back, how I was going to catch my flight back? And on top of that, I was completely out of money. I don't but $0, nothing. I had no means of getting back. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to show people. God is that type of God, boy. He's the eternal help that cancels all problems that exist in time. I could tell you all so much stories of where I was like, didn't know how I was going to make it, and then God just sent help out of nowhere. My car break down one night in the middle of nowhere. This man out of nowhere, he started pushing me from behind. Like the car, he said, man, put the car in, such and such, and he started pushing, and we was pushing, and he could have supposed he was a robber, because he could have robbed me, and this was in the night again, late too, He could have been a robber, but God allowed a person with good intention walking to help me, and when he helped me, right, he helped me so far, and I was good to go after that. Man, the fella just gone, like he ain't even. And I was like, I want to give him something. He said, bro, man, don't watch nothing, man. I said, that's straight, man. Don't worry about that. And he just gone about his business. That's what I'm saying. Like, God has ways of helping you, babe. God have ways of helping you, babe. He have so much creative ways of helping you. Trust and believe. I remember being down to my last dime. But I could tell you so much stuff. Why, listen, I could tell you so much stories. And someone would call. And then I remember being at my last dime. Right? No money. Same thing. I get a phone call. Mr. Cunningham, we need you to work. Can you make it tomorrow at this location? It's my art thing. We need you to draw for 3 hours. You could make it? I say, if I can make it? But if I gotta walk on hot coals and bare feet to the location, I was gonna make it. But you see what I'm saying? What are the odds out of the clear blue? You broke and you ain't got no money. And then you get this phone call saying, hey, we need you to come tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, babe. But we have to trust. We have to trust God no matter what the situation may look like. Our problem is we just don't want to trust him. You gotta trust him, man. Because like my dad would say, if you trust and never doubt, he will surely, that's what he's saying, he will surely bring you out. You just gotta trust and never doubt. Alright? Peace.